If you have a child or loved one with disabilities, one of your biggest worries is likely this: what happens when I am no longer around to help care for them? For many families, that question leads to concerns about emotional, physical, and financial well being. Where will my loved one live? Who will provide daily support and medical care? What will happen to their governmental benefits? The good news is that with the right special needs planning, you may be able to protect and provide for your loved one's future without putting important benefits at risk. Today, we're talking about special needs planning, special needs trust, and why these tools are so important for Ohio families. Hi, I'm attorney Elena Degenhart with DuPont Law Group. On this channel, we talk about estate planning, trust, and practical ways to help families protect the people they love most. Today, we're going to cover what special needs planning is, what a special needs trust does, how a trust may help preserve SSI and Medicaid eligibility, and why it's important to not just think about the financial aspect, but about the complete long-term care and support plan as well. Let's start with the basics. Special needs planning is the process of creating a legal, financial, and practical plan for a person with disabilities or special needs. That plan often involves much more than just writing a will and leaving money to your loved ones. It also focuses on you and your well-being. Special needs planning can include a special needs trust, beneficiary designations, future caregiver or trustees, government benefit preservation, housing and residential planning, education or employment support, and a plan for how your loved one's needs will be met over time. This broader, more holistic view is important. At DuPont Law Group, we're here to help you through this legal, financial, medical, and recreational decisions. So if you're asking yourself, do I need a special needs trust? The better question is often, do I have a complete plan for my loved one's future? But let's talk about special needs trust a little. A special needs trust is a legal tool designed to hold assets for the benefit of a person with disabilities, while helping avoid those assets being counted in a way that could affect eligibility for a certain public benefits. Why does that matter? Because many public benefit programs, including Supplemental Security Income or SSI and Medicaid, are means tested. That means eligibility can depend on the beneficiary having limited income, assets, resources. Improper financial management can also jeopardize benefits and even disqualify a person from government assistance entirely. This creates a common problem for families. They want to leave money or property to their child with special needs. They want to provide for their loved ones, but giving assets outright could create unintended consequences. A properly drafted special needs trust may help families set aside funds for their loved one's benefit while also reducing the risk of disrupting those benefits. A lot of people ask, what can the money in a special needs trust actually be used for? In general, the idea is that a trust funds are there to improve the beneficiary's quality of life. This can help with things like transportation, therapy, daycare, living expenses, medical expenses, and all other needs. A special needs trust is not just about preserving benefits on paper. It's about helping provide support that government programs may not fully cover. Things like special equipment, education-related expenses, recreation, care coordination, and other supplemental needs. This is also where families need to be careful. The rules can be complicated and distributions need to be handled properly. This is one reason it is so important to work with an attorney who understands special needs planning and how trusts interact with public benefits. The trust must be properly established, funded, and managed so the beneficiary does not lose governmental benefits. So, how do you properly fund a special needs trust? Well, special needs trusts are often funded with gifts, inheritance, life insurance proceeds, and more. This is one area where proper coordination matters a lot, because even a well-drafted trust may not accomplish your goals if beneficiary designations, estate documents, and funding decisions are not aligned. Here are the most common mistakes I have seen in my practice: leaving assets outright to a loved one with special needs, failing to coordinate beneficiary designations, assuming a simple will is enough, not choosing the right trustee or successor trustee, and waiting too long to create a comprehensive plan. Another common issue is assuming that once the trust is signed, the work is done. It is not. Again, the trust must be properly funded and administered, and the overall plan should be reviewed as laws, benefits, and family circumstances change. Here's a final point I really want families to hear. Special needs planning is about more than money. It is about care, dignity, structure, and continuality. Who will step in if a parent is no longer able to help? Who will manage the trust? Who understands the beneficiary's routines, medical needs, preferences, and daily life? What services, advocates, or support systems need to be in place? That's why our planning process is holistic, comprehensive, and heart-centered. At DuPont Law Group, we help families navigate government benefits, legal considerations, future care planning, and financial strategies to bring greater clarity, confidence, and peace of mind. And the best time to start planning is before there is a crisis. Families often put this off because it feels too overwhelming or emotional, and that is completely understandable. But planning early may give you more options, more control, and more time to make thoughtful decisions about trustees, funding, caregiving, and future support. If you have a child or adult one with special needs, it may be worth having this conversation now rather than waiting for an emergency. If you found this video helpful, please share it with someone else who may need this information. And if you're wondering if your current estate plan truly protects your family, my team and I are here to help. Just contact our office at 614-408-0529 to schedule a consultation.